Today was kind of a day of anti-adulting. My internship is going to move not completely full-time, but more towards full-time in the next couple of weeks. But for now, I am still off on Tuesdays and Thursdays until I know further. So yeah, today I just kind of hung out around the house and did a whole lot of nothing. I listened to a couple of podcasts, watched some videos, watched John Mulaney's new stand-up comedy, which I thought was really funny, the Netflix special that he has. But yeah, I didn't do much of anything. But then tomorrow I have to go to work, and then I have to go to the dentist, and not looking forward to it, not at all. So like I said, the eye doctor is tied for my least favorite doctor, tied with the dentist, so in the span of a month, what a great time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel really weird taking this video. Also, my chin is all broken out, so that's fine. But I'm sitting here, I'm about to go into the dentist, and I'm not looking forward to it. My mom's appointment also isn't till later, so I'm just gonna be here by myself, and they're gonna be asking me questions while they're shoving all these things in my mouth, and they're gonna be like, your life is messed up because you don't floss. So I am trying to learn how to adult better, obviously. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this, to see my progress in that. And today I went to the gym for the first time in literally years. I only stayed for 30 minutes because I'm a wimp, but I almost gave up sooner, and then Survivor by Destiny's Child came on, and I was like, I gotta keep going. I'm stronger. I'm a survivor. So yeah, I worked out for 30 minutes today, but I got fast food for dinner, so I think it kind of canceled each other out. What are you gonna do? So the other day I was on Facebook and I saw this post that was being shared, and it was talking about how apparently it's a Midwestern thing where whenever people get good deals, they like want to tell you about them, where like I guess other places you don't do that. But it's so true, because I got this shirt that I'm wearing today. It's like a blouse, a button down. I wore it to work today, and it's like a work-ish shirt, and I got it for less than $6 at a thrift store, and I got a bunch of shirts the other day, and it's so true. Like, I want to tell the world, and I'm also just like, oh, it's cute. I feel cute and stylish. So yeah, I guess that's me adulting. I find a work shirt cute, which is like a first time for me, or a new thing for me at least, because it's hard to find clothes that I like and feel cute in for work. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Today's Maddie's birthday. Happy birthday, Maddie. And she's in Kansas, so I'm not celebrating with her, but happy birthday anyway. So today, or at least tonight, I've just felt really anxious, and that has not been fun. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. It just like came in waves of just like panic washing over me, and like whenever I have seizures, one of the feelings that I get before I have a seizure is panic, but it's also like with other stuff. But whenever I get those waves of panic, I'm like, oh my god, what if I have a seizure? And then it just makes me panic more, and it's not fun. So yeah, I'm just anxious and ready to go to bed, but I probably won't for a while, so that's fine. I guess that's it. Today I went to a cafe around where I live with one of my friends to celebrate her birthday, which was last week. And we went at like 12, and it was like a brunch-ish time since it's Sunday. And there was this table of teenagers, and they were like high school age, maybe like 16 or 17, and they were celebrating one of their friends' birthdays. And while me and my friend sat there, we were waiting for our food, and I could hear their conversation, and there were so many of them talking about how they didn't like the way that they looked, how they didn't like how big their thighs were, but they were like, oh, but you look so good, and they were going back and forth about just how they didn't like how they looked and how they wanted to lose weight and all of these things. And it just broke my heart a little bit, because I remember being their age, and I remember thinking those things and feeling that way. And I just hate that we live in a society where that's okay, where that's the norm, to not like the way that you look and to not love and accept your body the way that it is. I think it's it's something that is hard for me, especially because I struggled with it for so much for so long, and I still have days where it's hard for me to look in the mirror and be like, that's me, and I like the way they look, and I like who I am. And it just sucked because it brought me back to being younger and to hearing girls who I thought were skinnier than me or prettier than me talking about how they felt insecure and how they felt fat. And in my eyes, I was like, well, if they're skinnier than me and they're talking about how they're fat, then like, what am I? Like, I must be a cow. I must be huge. And I think it's hard because like those little things are still ingrained in me to some extent. Whenever I hear people talking about how they need to lose weight or how they need to do this or that, it makes me feel insecure, and it makes me feel like I need to feel that way too. And that's not the reality. And I hope that something can change, that girls don't have to feel that way, because they shouldn't feel that way. It leads to so much negativity, and I don't know, it was so sad. And I hope that if I ever have children, if I ever have daughters, that I can raise them in a way that they don't have to feel like that. And I like think about this sometimes. It's so hard because like you can't just stop them from encountering the world. And even if you're like at home telling them that like they're beautiful and that their weight doesn't matter and that none of that matters, if they're exposed to it elsewhere and if they believe that more, then they believe that more, and that's that. And so, I don't know, I just like to say that your weight doesn't define you, and you don't need to fit this ideal. And as long as you're holding yourself, as long as you're comparing yourself to what you want to be, you're not going to be happy. At least that's the experience that I've had. So here I am coming to you, no makeup, no hair done, just looking like this, because I feel like that's the best way to deliver a message like this, that I'm not perfect, nobody's perfect, but you don't need to be. You just have to be yourself, and there's something that's inherently beautiful in that. So